Guys, welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. It's been a while. Let's see if we remember how to do this. This is Unearthed Inheritance. This is part of our Heroes of Histaeria campaign series. It is a Pathfinder2e actual play game set in a homebrew post-apocalyptic world. And, well, you just saw the credits. But, friends, before we get started, is there anything you would like to warn folks about?
I shaved my face. It's as off-putting for me as it
Warning.
is for you.
Stop! Stop! This is so
Dude,
mean to
it's
yourself.
fine. You know what? I'm gonna shave off a whole ton of this and send it, and you just like put it on.
Send it?
Yeah. Dude, I'll
That's actually your good point, button. I'll just drive it over.
Yeah.
There you go. Save on postage.
Yeah.
Just as this program is returning tonight, Known Realms Telesh returns tomorrow. We've been off for a little bit of time, so we return. And stay tuned. We'll have some scheduling updates for you guys with tomorrow's session as well. But that's it from me.
I'm ready to find the path.
Time to find the path.
Let's find
All right.
the path.
So, friends, like that's the noise that the black screen like fades out. Chewbacca. This recap brought to you by Chewbacca. Hero point to Chewbacca. So, guys, we are going to be picking up pretty much close to where we left off, right? But just to remind you, last session we began at Bistro Daddy's Tavern. The two of you sharing a moment after a hard day's work. Cress, you were able to lift the curse on Finn, and Finn, you feeling much lighter, much freer than you have in some time, as Cress removed the mark of exile that previously scarred your face. You guys then went your separate ways from the tavern. Cress, you went with Pascal to go join Anatole, meeting up with Nepeta and the other fake folk to plant some seeds. And Finn, you went to go visit Asna and deliver some food with Granny Mal. Cress, during your venture, you sought to use this moment to maybe not only sow some seeds, but mend some bridges between your other two Sea Elf companions, Pascal and Anatole. Things went
Poorly, I think is the word. Poorly.
Poorly is probably the word.
Really bad.
Yeah, as you did manage to, plant a good bit of seed. The crops are going to be looking real good real soon. But the friendship is probably more frayed than ever. Be like that, sadly. Meanwhile, Finn over in Gron's old grotto with Granny Mal having calmed Asna with just her fine cooking. You had a moment where the two of you, this Cyclops, who just canonically, by the way, is actually blind. We forgot that last session. So Finn will be teaching Braille. But Finn, you and Asna share a good moment, and you do a little bit of self-discovery, right? As Asna reveals what she might have glimpsed of your future. Cress, Anatole returned to the Sky Citadel because it was finally time for Anatole to sleep, because he sleeps a lot. And there you delved into his dream, with the express purpose of meeting the dragon that inhabits Anatole, much like Zephrine inhabits Finn. You went to meet Viraxes, and you found yourself once again in your old home of Zeladiel. In Anatole's dream, a dream where Zeladiel is as it was. Not ruined, not, well, who knows, but in the Sandsea Age, a subaquatic city likely doesn't fare well. But, at least in Anatole's dream, it held up, and you were able to traverse it and meet Viraxes, though briefly, as this meeting took place when Anatole and yourself found yourselves in You're old in the estuary manor, in a room with a statue of your mother. And that was when Viraxes came along. And again, this meeting was short-lived because as you met, well, it was interrupted. What it was interrupted by could possibly be related to what happened to Finn. Because as Finn was going home that evening, just walking through town, he heard a crash in one of the nearby, now repaired apartment buildings. As he investigated the sound, he came across a grisly murder scene and a second attempted murder by none other, of pink whiskey, mind you, by none other than the Gripply TikTok. And I think if, for descriptive purposes, we will just say Finn kind of beat the shit out of TikTok. It did not go well for TikTok.
It was like, God, I can't remember what piece of fucking media it is, but it's just like some big guy just palm slapping somebody into submission. It's just like, hey, knock it off. Stop what
you did. That cool thing where TikTok like jumped on the ceiling and you like telekinetically grasped him down or something.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
That was pretty awesome.
What away.
But with TikTok, one of the things, the reason this might be related to Cress's event is that TikTok appeared to be asleep during the assault. And now, Finn, you have captured TikTok, kept him alive, and you have returned to Bistro Daddy's Tavern with Magnus and a very, we'll say, rattled pink whiskey. As you guys are going to try to find out, get to the bottom of it. And Cress, for your part, over in Anatole's dream, just as you met Viraxes, the statue of your mother changed, and you saw the visage of the nightmare, the one that had come out into the waking world as you entered the Black Reef. This thing seeks to haunt you and instill fear and take control of you, to hurt you. But Cress, you stood up and you repelled it from Anatole's dream. Shortly after that, though, the dream shattered around you as Anatole was stirred to wakefulness by none other than Pascal, who reports that a murder has taken place in town, and your presence is requested to begin the investigation. And our session resumes here in Bistro Daddy's Tavern. TikTok has been secured to a chair. Magnus is sitting over by his end of the table in kind of the shadiest corner so that he could look as most intimidating as possible. It's the one where you guys met him initially. Finn, for your part, you're in the room watching over, maybe having just secured the bonds on TikTok. As our trio of sea elves walk in, Pascal, Cress, and the King of the Sand Sea. So, party. I leave it to you. Is there anything you'd like to do? Mm-hmm.
I think given the way the nightmare separated Cress from Anatole and Anatole from Cress, and the panic with which the pair of them responded, I think they're sort of walking in that manner of like two bonded cats where their tails are entwined and they're just like stepping in tandem. There is this quality, they're side by side, and I think at like every moment as just sort of a check-in and a reminder that they're there, like one of them will just be like unconsciously like arm to arm with the other, or like there's just the bumping of the back of the hands together. There's just this need to make sure that the other person doesn't disappear. And entering the space, has Pascal told us who has done what? Or is this all, we just know that there's been a murder?
You just know that there's been a murder. That's
Cress's eyes lock onto Finn, and there's a relieved knowing it wasn't him.
I
happened?
think, yeah. He'll quickly, I think, unaware of himself for a moment. I think that worry is reciprocated. Like, oh God, people are starting to kill each other, and like there was the immediate thought of where when Zephrine had occupied Finn for a time, or like that more draconic essence took over Finn, and he had like pinned Crest to the ground. There was a fear for a moment that maybe like something similar happened with Anatole or what something. So I think, yeah, he kind of runs up to you and like grabs your arms, not firmly, but just like almost like you're holding a blanket that you cherish, like just really kind of holding it for a second, like there's some bout of sleepwalking violence. TikTok attacked Pink Whiskey. Nearly killed him.
Sleepwalking violence.
Aye.
Cress looks to Anatole.
Yeah, Anatole's got an eyebrow raised, Finn, as you said, sleepwalking violence, and shares that look with you, Cress.
I think I know the culprit. Pink Whiskey's okay, you said? Not dead?
Not dead.
Right. Good.
Pink Whiskey is over in Magnus's corner, a cloak like that's far too big, draped over the shoulders, a mug in hand that has got something steaming coming out of it, and just the fur on this catfolk is normally a pretty bright, sprightly orange, right? But now it is all kind of bedraggled. You can see Pink has clearly been crying as tears, as you see some shrieks, looking a little bit closer to like Grumpy Cat's expressions. Just shaking in the corner, just talking Magnus's ear off. And Magnus, for his part, has got his face in his palm against the table, just listening to Pink, kind of humoring the exaggerated retelling of events. Daddy just showing up nearby, puts another drink down in front of Magnus, who looks up and nods. You see the eyes very drooped, maybe, pretty droopy in general for Magnus, but maybe particularly droopy and tired looking as Magnus passes payment over to Daddy, who
All right.
leaves him to it. And TikTok is just kind of bound to the chair, just shaking their head, just unsure. You can see very much confused is the obvious expression on the Gripply's face.
And if I remember correctly, it was clear to Finn upon an insight check that TikTok was indeed sleeping.
Yes, TikTok was obviously sleeping.
So it would come to reason that they genuinely don't understand what's going on, to Finn's perspective.
Yeah.
He's just gonna kind of close in. Something happened when you were sleeping? You
When
attacked?
Anatole was sleeping.
Really?
I walked in his dream, and we encountered the nightmare from the Tower of Damara. I think we need to wake the town. Are there folk in the space who Chris can send out as runners?
Yeah. Magnus has like his crew around, that are all kind of there, present, and waiting for orders and stuff like that. Absolutely.
Cress will go to the few who, I think if we've been working now for like a week or so, Cress is aware of like who might be like better at like feats of athleticism, and will go to those folks and say, I need you to run through town, wake everyone. If someone is sleepwalking, keep yourselves and your community away from them. They don't know what they're doing.
The fish folk all kind of look to you. They start nodding. And Cress, I really like your mentioning of having kind of known this group. Give me a... I know you're probably not trained in society, but let's go for it. Saw high check.
I think I am.
Are you now? Oh, are you now?
Hold on. I'm not. Never mind. Sorry. I'm trained in diplomacy, but not society.
Sorry.
Eh,
This one's a square
that is
society.
a natural one.
Oh,
It's been a while. I don't know.
You do have a hero point, just saying.
I think I shall save that.
Let's save it? Okay. Okay. You do notice that they look around. The general demeanor I'll give you of the fish folk is they're a little down. They seem a little sad. But they take your orders and they prepare to depart.
Okay, if I'm getting sad, Chris kind of squints. Did anyone else encounter the sleepwalker, the nightmare?
We'll say it's like the last fish folk that's like about to head out, stops and looks back at TikTok and with a very sad, concerned look says, "Oh, he killed Tony."
We will bury Tony. Sorry for your loss. Run quickly so that no one else meets the same fate.
Okay. All right. Come on, guys. They start running out they start kind of making that noise as they run down the road, and you can tell that's going to probably wake up the town.
Perfect. Think sobered and somber with that knowledge, Cress is going to turn around. Bistro Daddy, could I ask you to brew any sort of caffeinated beverage you might have at your disposal for the folk of this town? I'd like for them to stay awake until we handle this creature.
Daddy says, I'll brew what I can. I think I've got some stuff I was saving, for the first proper sunrise, but...
Oh, Daddy, tell you what, I got something. And Cress will give Bistro Daddy, because I know we have collected ingredients and we never really bothered to say what they were. So can I allocate some of them now? Could I do that?
I will say I will allow it, but let's put a check on it. Let's
All
give
right.
me to just kind of, we'll say you have it, but to kind of get an idea for the quantity.
Mhm.
Let's do nature. That's a modifier.
Nature.
And I think you've also been doing a lot of farming and stuff too.
Yeah, and it's good. It's a 17 on the die plus
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
what? Oh my gosh. Plus 14.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, things that you've been collecting across your journey, Chris. Absolutely. Yeah. I will say you've got a bit of caffeine in there. You've got some even just some herbs that aren't necessarily caffeine that make it like, black teas and stuff like that. Those sort of ingredients. Yeah, you definitely have that kind of stuff on hand.
Cool. Chris is taking those and taking the ingredients for Blood Eye coffee, not to make Blood Eye like coffee the potion itself, because that is a very that's drugs essentially. But like what Chris is doing is essentially like in a diffused, dispersed state. I think that will probably keep people more awake than normal coffee. Yeah.
Okay, Chris. Given that, you said the roll was a 32?
31.
31. Okay, that's north of a 30. So I'm going to give you this. You have enough ingredients for at least 2 nights worth for the town in general.
Hell yeah. Great.
Okay.
Oh, amazing.
You have 2 nights to track down this nightmare.
We've got 2 nights to track down the nightmare. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cress just kind of like leapt into action. I don't know what Finn's doing, but like Cress is going through and you just see them putting these like sacks of like very condensed spices out on the table in front of a Bistro Daddy and is like writing out measurements like in whatever, like if he has chalk.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
what-
yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like an old
The daily
chalkboard that they
special.
used to exactly that. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, nicely done. Take the hero point. Okay. Hey, you're keeping a town awake. Finn, my friend. Cress has gone off and is working with Bistro Daddy to do everything humanly or sea elvishly possible to keep awake a town. What are you up to?
I think he's having a bad idea.
Ooh, I like bad ideas. We roll on bad ideas. What have you
Yeah.
got?
He's thinking about how this thing seems to be drawn to dreams. Finn is useful in this situation because he has the same dream every night.
Ooh.
And it could be a great opportunity to lure this thing to a really meaty place. But it means he's bait. And he knows
I have one
everybody's gonna...
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which part of the dream is the meaty part?
Oh, Finn being miserable.
That's true. We're gonna get it. Oh, okay. Let's go live in some. Let's go live in some Finn misery. All right, I'm all
Let's
about
go
it.
live in some... Yeah, I know you'd be on board.
Okay. Okay. I like this idea. Finn.
But it's like he's also thinking, we have a dreamer in Cress. We have an oracle in Osna. We have Granny Mel's telepathy in order. We have some tools. So he's just thinking how to pitch the plan because he knows Cress is immediately going to be like, you're going to want to make yourself bait. That's a bad idea.
Okay, first off, I was going to give you a hero point for the idea, but I'm going to give you a hero point now for the accent. The second thing is give me a society check.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay.
I don't sound like that.
We're fighting, buddy. Society.
Society, huh?
Society. 29.
29. Okay. 29. Finn, there's one other person you know who has a history with dreams and dream magic as well that could also possibly be of assistance here, and that is Saywin Zadok.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You know that she's you know what you know.
I
You
know
what you know.
Last thing I want is that bitch in my head. No thanks.
Just saying. How desperate are the measures?
Like, I'm having a bad idea, not the worst.
He'll have it in his dome. He'll bring it up to Cress, and he will leave that decision to smarter, cooler minds.
Okay.
But
That's
he's
an idea.
he's thinking on
What
it.
do you do with this
and
idea? What? Okay. What do you do?
He'll wait until like the tonic mixing is kind of slowed down a bit, and he'll try and I think he's very boyish in his approach. Like he's pitched bad ideas before, but I think he's just like, okay, we'll kind of tap Cress on the shoulder.
Yeah,
Do you have a second?
I do. I think, yes.
I have an idea, and I want to preface. I think it's a good idea, but I can see how others would perceive it as a very bad and dangerous idea. Now, we're trying to find this nightmare, correct?
Yes, we're trying to kill this nightmare.
Yes.
Right.
Now, the best way to lure a nightmare is to give it a dream, I would imagine.
David, question. We saw the nightmare in its physical form. Do I get the sense that in the dream it was like Cress, where Cress is also there in physical form?
You saw the nightmare. So the nightmare itself, it seems to be able to change physical like matter states. You saw it kind of like disappear through the floor. So it's kind of like a ghost where it can become incorporeal or be solid.
Mhm.
But you also saw it. You know, Chris. I mean, you're a level 8 druid, so I don't mind giving you this part. This thing crossed over into your world, right? So this is as close to its like true form as can be. There is probably no additional form in the dream world, but given the nature of the creature, and your experience with it, and also kind of having like fought it in that trance-like state and seeing it like with kind of moving between the planes, you know that getting back to its home plane through a dream would probably be how it wants to do it. If it like getting into a dream. Yeah. Absolutely.
Return to the dream through a dream.
Yes.
The dream as a realm through a dream.
Correct. Yes, exactly. The dream is a realm. But I will have you give me an occultism check here.
Yeah.
Yar.
Yar. And what
Nice.
I'll be specific. What Cress is trying to figure out, I can enunciate, is whether or not entering a dream requires proximity. Button thinks no, because the nightmare was in Anatol's dream and TikTok's dream, and they were far apart.
Ah.
So Chris is trying to figure out, like, the thought is already like, well, I don't think proximity is necessary because I'm aware of these two events and these two events happened far from
Yes.
each other. But what Chris
Yes.
is trying to figure out is like, okay, well then if a dreamer is taken over, a person dreaming is taken over by the nightmare, will affecting like how to draw the nightmare out of that person, like how to get close to the fucking nightmare. Like, can
Sure.
I
Sure,
give
sure,
it a yoink out of someone's dream, or do I have to go to wherever the fuck it's actually located?
Okay.
You
Go
said
ahead.
occultism?
Occultism, yeah. This is going to be
Okay.
occultism for sure. I've got an idea for a crit success. On a regular success, I'm going to answer that question. Crit success. Don't give me the total yet. Your total is going to be a flat 30.
David, I rolled a 14 and I have plus 15, which is not enough. It's 29.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay,
You have
hang
a
on.
hero.
What?
You have a hero point.
You'd have a hero point, but hang on. Let me. I should really pull up my table. Let me grab my table because I thought 30 would be good for a level 8 character. But let me double check my
Damn it.
table.
I'm trying to see if I can like throw some sauce on that.
Finn, you're nearby.
What
I will
happened? Think,
allow
wait,
you
this
I
is
was
dream
gonna-
shit. So, oh wait, yeah,
Yeah.
you do things. I
to
have to
stream
read.
shit.
I was gonna say. I mean, if I'm around, could I?
You're around, and you were there when you fought the nightmare too.
Yeah, could I just offer an assist action for a plus?
Yeah. You could
One.
totally make an aid check. Yep. It would also be occultism for you as well.
Occultism is my bread and butter, so I'm fine with that. Occultism. Okay.
Now that I look at this, yeah, I'm thinking that 30 is probably a pretty good one.
Yeah, so that's a.
steep check.
I did roll a 30. 16.
You did
plus
roll a
14.
30.
Sounds
16
nice.
plus
on assist.
So-
Nice.
So that is going to be a regular success. So that is a +1. So you
Okay.
do
That's
meet
all I
the
need.
30 that you need. That's
Yep,
all you need.
you hit it.
That's all I need. Ah! How does Finn help?
Yes.
I don't know. I think
What do you fought the nightmare? What did you know? What did you learn? Or whatever else you got.
I honestly think that Finn's help is just recounting and letting Crest bounce ideas off of him. So like recounting what they saw in the dream, how they saw the creature move, how they saw it take space, how they saw it manifest between dream and waking world. So I think he's just offering that sort of he's offering himself to be an idea board.
It put you to sleep too, didn't it? Didn't it try to
Yeah.
drown you
Oh,
in, like,
yeah. It did
citrus
drown
water?
me in a puddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's helpful at all, he'll
Yeah,
I like
the
it.
two
I
are
like it.
just like drumming their
Yeah.
fingers on the bar top and listing
Yeah.
every single thing that they remember together
Mhm.
about that encounter.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So 30, we got the success. Button. With all of this,
Fuck.
I did lose a little bit of track of what your initial goal was here. So
Yeah.
remind me again, what are you looking to get?
We're trying to figure out, understanding that it couldn't have been in proximity to both TikTok and Anatole, unless it has like teleport abilities, which could be the case. Like it seems like these occurred in tandem or close to it. So Cress is trying to figure out, essentially, like if a person dreaming can have the nightmare like pulled out of them so that we can deal with it. Like, is that something we can do, or do we need to go hunt it down?
Sure thing. Okay. I will give you the answer to that question and also a little bit of a mechanical explanation here too, just to kind of cover how it all worked out. So, first, Cress, as yourself and Finn recount the events of your encounter with the nightmare, and as you, through, the innate knowledge of the dream provided to you, like through Varen and stuff like that, because you are kind of a natural dreamer, right? Like you didn't go to school to study how to be a dreamer or anything like that, right? A lot of your stuff is self-taught and instinctual, right? What comes to you is the operations of the nightmare's magic, okay? And this is, so now the mechanical explanation. The nightmare used 2 spells, essentially, with your success. The first spell is a possession spell, and that has a pretty close range, because I'm going to count, like, you guys have fought this thing, and you actually saw it use this spell on Taruk. So you know that it has the ability to possess people, and you knowing kind of familiar with the magic, you know that's a close range spell.
Okay.
The second spell that it cast was a nightmare spell, and that one being a natural dreamer. Like, this is magic that you have maybe imagined, right, but have not yet attempted. Or also, I don't think Cress is the kind of person who would be trying to give people nightmares necessarily. But it's magic that you as a dreamer are aware of, and magic that, like you've kind of stumbled across an ability almost, right? And the nightmare spell, that has a planetary range.
Oh. Okay.
So the nightmare can theoretically have its body in one specific spot where it uses its possession spell, and then uses that nightmare spell still, because there's no concentration in 2e. Well, there is, but
Okay.
these spells, technically, neither of these were really required to concentrate. So,
Got it. Okay. Awesome. That is very helpful. And so Finn has already laid out his idea,
Mhm.
his plan, or his notion.
The notion. I don't think you got into the details of the plan yet, but
Okay. All right. So what I gather is that TikTok, and Cress will look over and see, TikTok, this wasn't you. I think, would you be comfortable staying bound for a little while longer in order for the townsfolk to remain trustful?
TikTok looks from you over to the very bedraggled pink whiskey, and looks back solemnly, apologetically. He says, yes. I will wait here.
This isn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. There's a monster out there, and we're gonna take care of it, all right? And the monster's not you.
TikTok looks to you, Cress, and just says, it really wasn't me. I promise.
Cress is gonna go over and just rub their thumb over TikTok's head and say, I know. I know. I
TikTok.
believe you.
TikTok kind of does an almost like purring, like frogs can actually do this. It's like a very kind of like soft croak. As the eyes, frogs unfortunately don't believe they can cry. But But yeah, you can tell TikTok is moved, Cress, by your gesture. Anatole comes up between yourself and Finn, and he whispers then, he says, "So I take it the two of you have some sort of plan then?"
Not yet.
I have the concepts of a plan.
TikTok was possessed by the nightmare, while the nightmare cast you, Anatole, into a nightmare. That magic cast upon you can be cast from any point upon the world, but possession has to be cast nearby. That thing is nearby.
Well, I have just one problem with your theory. I don't believe that I was the nightmare's target. The images it showed on Cress, I think it was after you. Now that makes this all the more a problem for all of us, as your dreamwalking abilities are clearly of great importance to our efforts. So, all the more reason to figure this out.
I think you're right.
I'm going to say Quincy out of my room real quick.
Yeah. Vamping. I'm just saying the word vamping instead of doing it. Alec. So, is what does welcome back? What does Finn propose? Like, what are the words proposed?
Oh, the words.
Speak the words.
I know for a fact that I have the same dream every night. And it could be an opportunity to lure this nightmare to a place of our choosing. Maybe then we could take care of it.
You want it to give you a nightmare, or you want it to possess you?
I already have the nightmare.
If you're asleep and trying to be bait for a nightmare, and it succeeds in possessing you, then you will start attacking anyone around you.
Well, there are things we can do to account for that.
Given the close proximity, I'm sorry.
Perhaps imprisonment manacles. I mean, he's a strapping fella, but
Sorry, that was Alec, not Finn. He's a strapping fella.
strapping fella.
That was my thought exactly.
Possession is a short-range spell. I believe the nightmare would be aware that we are trying to entrap it. If we imprisoned you. Here's what I propose. Your idea, but not you. Because you are one of the worst people I can imagine trying to fight in this town. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do it. I don't want to die. Cress looks over at Anatole. You're also, for the same reason, not on the list of people I'm comfortable using as bait. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to die.
Fair enough.
As he says.
But-
No. No, go ahead. He's basically echoing Finn. The two of them both going like fair enough at the same together.
But we do want to lure it. We do need people dreaming. So I say, we gather the town all up here as we're intending to distribute tools to stay awake. And we find some folk who are willing to not drink it, who are willing to be potentially possessed, with the understanding that we might sit on them so that they can't hurt anybody. And then we hunt.
Chris, as you say, and then we hunt, you hear a voice kind of behind you say, "Well, if that be the case, you can count me in. I'd happily be looking for a nap."
Magnus, I don't want to fucking fight you either.
Well, consider I'd be much easier to fight if you have these two at your side.
What natural fighting abilities do you have without your guns?
Well, fair say not much.
All right.
But you didn't hear that from me.
I didn't hear that from you. Your secret's safe with me.
He
I'm
kind
not
of gives you a
opposed.
look, Finn. As far as you know.
Sorry, I love him so much.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
He's growing on me too. I think he's up there for one of mine for sure. Top 5 for sure.
He's good. He's really good.
Okay. He says, "But if it means a moment's rest and not having to listen to that chattering of the infernal bard, then I'll happily take the opportunity."
Pink Whiskey's like, he almost killed me.
Yeah,
Still
Pascal
going.
is.
Almost
Pascal
killed
just is like
me.
ended up in the place, and he's also kind of just like, "Yes, I understand. I understand. He almost killed you."
Not
That was
Pascal with the worst bedside
terrible.
manner. Oh, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, Magnus volunteers.
All right. Quick. Can I do a quick? Just in case, because we know that it was near. I don't imagine it necessarily chased. I don't imagine it wanted to be in the same room with Finn, but just in case, can I do a look around and make sure this little fucker isn't listening to us?
Go ahead. That'd be.
Alright.
Are you just looking with your regular eyes? I assume.
Yeah. What do your elven eyes see?
Yeah. What do your sea elven eyes see?
I can put some.
What are you behind these hazel eyes?
Behind these hazel eyes. Tell you what, I'll drink some cat eyes elixir first, and then I'll do it.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink it all up. Okay, I
Oh,
rolled
not
a
the
19
milkshake.
on the die.
The yard. Somebody.
What do I? Wait. Okay, I rolled a 19 on the die. I
a
forget
good roll.
what skill I'm rolling.
Perception.
Perception plus 16, and then the cat's the. I just pulled it up and now it's gone. There it is. For the next minute, you reduce the flat check to target hidden creatures to 5, and you don't need to attempt a flat check against or to target concealed creatures.
Okay. You gotta take a look at something.
Okay.
What's the total? You rolled a 19?
19 plus 16.
It's 25.
I can't do math.
19 plus
35.
35. Wrong. I was wrong, I'm saying.
It's a real total.
The nod, the yes, you were.
I'm wrong. I'm so bad at stream math.
Yeah, it's oh, there we go. That's why I had it wrong.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard out here.
35. Okay. Okay, Cress. It's a great roll. As you look around, coast seems clear. You don't see any trace of the nightmare at the moment. Nothing stands out. But I will keep that 35 in mind as kind of like you keeping an eye out for it. How long does your cat eye elixir last?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know.
I don't know. Hold on. For the next minute, so not a long time. Cress is going to do a run around. Just a run around the whole room.
Okay.
The whole room, the whole place. Because it's only within 30 feet. Cress essentially just wants to make sure it's not listening in the vicinity.
Got it. You don't find any traces of it. You don't suspect it to be listening in the vicinity, but you do start to see the townsfolk starting to arrive here at the tavern. They're coming in, and as they enter, Daddy with a very hearty, "Welcome to a special evening event at the Bistro Daddy's Tavern. Come, grab a beverage. It is mandatory."
It is mandatory. Oh.
And they all and fish folk are walking in. A few, other people are walking in, kind of like, what's going on? Eyes bleary, a little confused. A few folks attempt to stop you, Cress, and be like, what's happening? What is this event? Why is it mandatory?
You know what?
Is this so great?
Surprises are what they are. Cress is trying to sense if anyone's been told the word about Tony. Are people confused, or is anybody sad?
I would say it's probably pretty hush-hush at the moment.
Okay.
Tony, Cress, Tony, was a part of Magnus's crew. Tony the Tigerfish.
Tony the Tigerfish? No!
So, unfortunately, none of the townsfolk seem to recognize immediately. Magnus's crew is pretty tight-knit. They tend to do a lot of time like excavating tunnels and stuff right now, so maybe some folks here or there might notice, but not, at least at the moment, no one, it doesn't stand out.
Okay.
But yeah, as you scan the perimeter, appears safe.
Appears safe.
Appears
Okay.
safe. No obvious nightmares lurking in any shadows or anything.
No obvious nightmares listening in.
Mm-mm.
With that, Chris is going to say, there is much to tell, but we cannot tell it right now. That's the nature of surprises. All I can say is that it is very important that everyone stay awake. I promise you'll get an explanation, but for now, if I may, Chris will set up a circular space and will stand in the middle of it. And as this is gonna suck, I'm not him, but as folks are walking in, Cress is going to start off like a story circle, like something to keep people engaged and interacting.
Sure.
Oh my god. In the middle of the day, in the dead of night, two dead boys went out to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. And Cress is just going into this this poem from Zeladiel that they only know because they've heard it for a century. They're not a bard, but they're starting off this story circle so that people will pick it up and keep each other awake, and just so it will be not a space of terror, but just kind of community.
Okay. Cress, give me a performance check.
I know.
The DC's not crazy.
This is the only idea I have, and I'm not a bard.
I like it. We're going for the big swing.
Assist.
How would you assist?
Well, David, Finn has an item which is a pipe of illusions.
Cute.
Pipe of illusions.
This is an item he had in 5e.
Okay.
So can we say that he's using the smoke to create the images of the stories that Cress is depicting?
Yes. But depends on the role.
Yeah, you're only gonna have to perform now. Well, neither of us are performers. I
That's
couldn't
also
think
gonna
of
be
anything else on the
performance.
spot.
I'm gonna say Anatole is standing next to you, Finn, listening to Cress do this, and as the poem becomes obvious, Anatole goes, "Oh boy, there. That's not gonna go well." And then Finn
I'm gonna use
pulls
a
out
hero
the pipe.
point.
All right,
No,
this
please,
is the big
I'm so
roll.
scared.
Hey, we're hunting nightmares. You need this now.
I'm gonna use a hero point.
Let's do it. I will take a second
Natural
hero point.
20 -1 for a 19. Does it still
Natural
count as a
20.
natural
Minus
20?
1.
-1 for 19. Hang on now.
Okay.
Finn, that is. You meet it. You beat
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That is a regular success. A regular success. That is a level 4 DC, my friend. I was like, this is going to be half your guys' level.
Okay, so
Okay,
you get a
Finn.
+1, right?
You pull out a pipe and start smoking in the room.
That's
Listen,
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
good at performance, but I rolled well. My dice
you get
are
a-
like,
And you get a +1, right?
I get a plus.
From
That's true. I
what
get a
I
plus
just did?
1.
Is that correct?
I rolled a 17,
Yep.
and I have a +2
Ooh.
for 19. And then,
So 3 overall, so it's a dirty 20.
yes,
Dirty 20.
which is good for Cress. But
That's good for Cress. That's good for Cress. So, Cress, here's the thing. You start this up.
Yeah.
Right? And you can
Yeah.
see the crowd is... This is, Cress, as far as tough crowds go,
mhm. Yeah.
a crowd that you have just rudely woken from bed and forced into a mandatory performance,
Yeah, I know.
it's a tough crowd. This meets the criteria, as they are all kind of looking at you like, why? And as you were saying it, Finn comes in with his pipe and Finn, you said it's a smoke pipe?
Yeah, so like as he blows the smoke out, it starts to create visuals supporting Cress's storytelling.
Okay. Cress, as the visuals come out, you find yourself looking less at the crowd that is frustrated at you, and your attention naturally starts to draw towards Finn's assist, and it kind of takes you off. It removes a lot of that social pressure at the moment, enough that it puts you in almost like a flow state,
Yeah.
and your story flows.
Yeah. By the end, I think Cress has kind of like leaned back into this chair that they've pulled back in the center, and it's not like they're not channeling Pym
Mhm.
because they know they can't. But I think there is just this kind of like that southern charm and drawl
Yeah.
of like a story that's been told
Yeah.
1,000 times, and if you're hearing it for the 1,000th time, it might not be engaging, but for the first time,
Yeah.
there's just something like there is something engaging
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cress, you find the crowd. There's a moment where you find the crowd leaning in, listening. You almost get a sense of, you almost get, I know you said you're not Pym, but you almost get like just a brief taste of what it would be like to have an audience in your hand, as folks kind of go from annoyed to somewhat entranced. And while a lot of them kind of look around by the end of it, kind of staring at each other, maybe not convinced that they want to take part, another voice echoes from the back of the room as a bedraggled pink whiskey stands up, inspired by your performance, throws the cloak off, and strides forward and begins to tell the story of how he almost died.
That's my goat.
And as the Cress is not gonna Cress is just gonna whisper into Pink Whiskey's ear as they trade spaces, like, don't mention TikTok. And then
Yeah. Well,
or don't.
we'll say as the crowd was coming in, maybe Magnus and Pascal kind of picked up on what was going down, and like we got TikTok removed into like a back room.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
TikTok is in
Witness protection.
in Daddy's bedroom.
And if he's there, then he doesn't have to be tied up anymore. I think Cress had initially thought, like, we're going to approach this with full honesty. And now that we have a plan to lure a creature, they're like, never mind. we're not going to do that, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
they
Pink
gratefully
comes out,
trade places. And they'll cast
And then-
guidance on Pink Whiskey.
Ooh, okay, let's go make the roll.
What is
Guidance
I
is
think
a
it's just
plus
a +1.
one.
I think so.
Okay.
I should use this more. Yes, a +1.
Okay.
And then I use power word kill on Pink Whiskey.
Oh, good.
Okay. What's the DC on power word kill?
Nothing. I automatically do it. I win.
Oh.
I actually
Wisdom
win
over.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, I win Pathfinder tonight, guys.
Unfortunately for you, Princess, I've beat the game.
Pink is able to entrance the crowd, Cress, with that guidance. There's the magic as you kind of pass off. Give us the flavor of that guidance as Pink kind of goes into this.
I mean, Pink Whiskey, we've been playing up that, like,
Yeah.
the drama, but, like, it is actually traumatizing to have someone attempt to murder you.
Yes.
So I think that this guidance comes off kind of as, like, that, like, touching up that someone does, or I almost said something dumb. You know that touching up someone does on you before you go on stage? That, just checking you, like, if you do a spin, someone, like, fixing your bow or whatever the case. Like, Crest just does a quick, like, fluff of the tear-stained cheeks so it's nice and poofy. And there's just this little warmth and this scent of, like, fresh sea. Break a leg.
Yeah. And Pink goes, oh, never mind. It's a dumb joke. Never mind. I forgot that he's a bipedal cat. He's gonna say, I have 4 of them, but he's a bipedal cat, so it doesn't work
That's
as well.
very cute. I like that.
But
anyway.
just imagine, my cousins have 4 of them. But Pink does a flourish, a quick little kiss on the cheek, and as he steps on stage, he says, "An audience, thank you." And slides out, right? Puffs the cheek and begins telling the story. Okay, Cress, yourself and Finn meet back up. Anatole looking at Finn as you come back, having done the smoke thing, and Pink trading places with Cress, and Cress are coming back over. Anatole goes, "Holy shit, it worked."
Should have a little bit more faith in your hand.
Oh, well, it's fate in them is not the problem. It's everybody else I worried about.
Cress walks over. I don't know what I'm doing, but it worked.
That's what I'm saying. All right. So, Magnus, we put him to sleep.
I imagine he can probably fall asleep just fine. What we want to do is let him not in this room. So while we can handle him probably just fine. Chris just gestures to the townsfolk who've been pulled out of their beds.
Understood. Well, perhaps further away from... Well, we know it's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Near enough that it caused... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, near enough that it was able to possess our little buddy TikTok. So, how far is the range on that possession spell, possession magic?
David, how far is the range on that possession spell?
Button roll me occultism, please.
Okay.
I thought we knew the radius.
You knew
I
what
knew it was
spell
near.
Yeah, you know it's nearby.
No. Well, 17. I rolled a 2.
17. Okay.
Only
It
in
is within-
Pathfinder can you roll a 2 and get a 17.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
I was like, definitely not, no way, no how. And then I was like, that's actually not the worst number.
Oh, never mind. I did the math.
That could maybe be a success.
Where did DC go? Hang on.
What's in
So
Washington?
you said 17?
Yeah.
Okay. 17, unfortunately, with
Damn.
the level of magic that it is, isn't going to make it. But I will say, Cress, just sort of general knowledge of the way the magic works, you know it would have to be within 500 feet.
Okay. We're looking at a maximum distance of 500 feet, I think. I've never cast it. I have a sense.
All right, 500 feet from where TikTok was.
Yeah.
Can't be that bad. All right, then.
So if we stay
Perhaps.
here, and maybe, I mean, if Magnus has fallen asleep, maybe it's in a... What? We gotta... I want to set us up for success and look plausible.
I'm going to go above table here for a moment, and I'm going to say that the crew house where this all went down was within 500 feet from where you guys currently stand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay.
Like, yeah, Damaril, or at least what has been rebuilt of Damaril, such that it can house and is habitable?
Habitable, yeah.
Habitable.
Habitable? I'm breaking the habitable. That's within 500 feet.
Okay.
Like, that's basically within where the people are.
There's a pretty good chance that it's, like, still around those parts.
Yeah.
All right. So what I think we want to do is have someone stay with Magnus while he sleeps to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And not hurt him.
Fair enough.
I mean, obviously, if you gotta knock him out, like, I think he understands, but the goal is not to hurt each other. And we need to go find it.
All right. Well, I'll be honest, I can watch Magnus. I'll keep an eye on him. 2E, you seem to work fairly well together, and I would hate to deprive you an effective operation.
I think Anatole can see as that entwined cattail energy has not fully dissipated.
Yeah.
All right. If you think that's best.
Oh. I think it'll be the easiest. If it does possess Magnus, or if Magnus does become an issue, rest assured I can deal with it quickly.
I know who you can.
Besides, between you and me, I wouldn't mind a chance sitting down. As you know, I didn't get much sleep tonight.
It's actually not the reassurance you think it is. Cress is gonna hand him the coffee. One of the coffees.
Yeah, Daddy's walking by with a tray, like, can I interest you in some coffee? And then just whoop.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Passing them around to Anatole, and then Finn and Cress takes one for themselves.
Magnus, Magnus looks over. And, all right, of course.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. So.
I'm above table. I'm trying to think of who else we can pull to watch Magnus.
Zin.
Ooh, Zin's a good one.
Zin and Chimney are not a bad idea.
I would recommend Zin and Chimney to stay with Anatole.
Okay.
And
You're smart.
we could take Gron with us if we feel like we need an assist.
How about Pascal is also present? We'll say
That's true.
TikTok is secure,
Mhm.
right? And Gron, I'll be honest, just because I really don't feel like playing with Gron's kit.
That's fair.
Gron's gonna say, well, maybe I'll just keep an eye on our old little friend staying in Daddy's room. If it's all the
Sounds
same
right.
to everybody.
Sounds
All
right. Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
So Gron's gonna be on TikTok duty.
That's fine.
Gron's on TikTok duty, and then Magnus is because you said that this is also like partially an inn, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
I remember. So
Yep.
like maybe the room right next to them, Magnus, and then the folks staying with Magnus.
Tell you what. How about we take a break here? And in the
Okay.
meantime, while we're on break, I'm gonna set up our map.
Map!
We still have the tavern map. The tavern's been, obviously built back up significantly from what was on the old map, but it still works for giving us an idea of like rooms and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So, folks, we're gonna take about 10 minutes here to go stretch some legs, drink some water, let some dogs out. You can go do the same, or you can sit here and watch the screen and listen to the music for 10. But we'll be back. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shh.
We live.
Hello, we are the Live. Welcome back, everybody, to Stealthy Elf Productions. We are going to continue to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition for you tonight. Tonight, this is Unearthed Inheritance. Friends, we are returning. You have just kind of designated your folks. I've got kind of a rough map of the tavern here. Imagine this chamber here is just full of townsfolk. Bistro Daddy kind of floating amongst them. But in this room, lower here, Magnus is secured by chimneys, Zin, and Anatole, so they are all set there. And then we've got Gron. Looks like there was an old cage where Magnus was keeping Zin and Chimney back in the day, so we just put TikTok in one of those.
It's open though. The door's open. He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he's just hanging out there. It's just and just kind of staying quiet. Actually, do you guys want to swap that? Do you want to put Magnus in the cage, just in case?
It's not the worst idea in the world.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's move this.
Yeah.
You lads are gonna come down here. And you guys are gonna go up here.
Just before Anatole goes into the room, Cress is going to lean in. I'm furious with this thing. And I know I should be the maddest about the death that it caused. And the possession. And the guilt that it instilled in that young TikTok. But it put that wall between you and me in the dream. And for that, I'm gonna kill it.
He squeezes your hand, pulls it up, and kisses your knuckle, and says, Make it pay for what it did.
Anyone who builds up walls between us gets them walls knocked down and gets knocked down.
He kind of holds you in close, Crest, and says, That's a promise.
Promise. And they'll link pinkies.
Links pinkies, gives you a quick little forehead boop.
Now that we all have horns.
Yeah. There's a lot of click-clacking going on. You watch yourself out there.
You watch yourself in here.
As he opens the door, you guys see Magnus walking into the remaining cage. And Zin and Chimney kind of sitting going, looking at him, and Chimney going, so now you know how it feels, huh? Go on, sit down. Click. Oops. I guess now I've got the key.
All right.
Yeah, Anatole walks in and says, All right, you two, let's not live this up. This is a sacrifice Magnus here is making. You show him some respect now. And Chimney goes, I'm just having fun about it. Relax. Don't worry. I know. Don't worry, Magnus. We'll keep an eye on you. And yeah, we leave them to their little... so everybody's kind of bunkered down. Okay, you two. How are you hunting this nightmare? What's the play?
Cress will look for Pascal now that he's not being a bad consoler of pink whiskey.
Yeah. Pascal's been helping Daddy distribute caffeine.
I have a spell for this.
You have a spell for this? This specific finding of Pascal?
Not finding of Pascal, but finding of the nightmare.
Oh.
Tremors.
You have locate nightmare. Oh wait, what?
You send a series of tremors no longer than a short sentence of speech toward my target. If the target is within range and connected to the same body of earth as you, the vibrations reach the target through the ground. You need neither line of sight nor line of effect. So a target on another floor of a building is a valid target. The target can give a brief vibrational response as a reaction. Never mind, that'll kind of let it know that we're hunting it. Never mind, I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
I mean, locating it is locating it.
Yeah,
Locating it is locating it.
Maybe trying that once we think we're on its scent.
The good thing about this is that it has a range of 120 feet.
Awesome.
120 feet. Okay.
Hell yeah.
And it is heightened to level 4, so I can target up to 5 creatures.
Okay.
Cress
That's
will
good
go
spell.
find Pascal.
Mm-hmm. You find Pascal giving a cup of tea to a fish folk, and says, "No, there is no other flavor of tea. It's this or coffee. What's it gonna be?" No, you can't. No, it is mandatory. Yes, you can have both. And he sees, he just looks exasperated at you, Cress. He says, "Okay, I believe everybody has been caffeinated, and whoever's not been, I'm sure Daddy can handle it himself."
Would you like a target for some of your frustration?
Oh, if you happen to have one, that would be lovely.
I do. Let's go outside.
Lead the way. As another
leading the
fish folk is
way-
approaching, and Pascal just holds up a hand and like just looks at you. Lead the
Oh,
way.
you know what? Dad is right over there, and they'll like redirect the fish folk.
Yeah,
All right, getting you out of here.
he's about to reach for a spear.
All right, Cress will bundle him out of there and meet with Finn outside the tavern.
See if I still got my spear fishing skills.
All right. I know, you're frustrated. Thank you for helping. We're gonna go find this thing. You wanna come along?
If it means everybody will finally go back to bed, yes.
That is the condition for going back to bed.
Have you hunted a nightmare before, Cressida?
Oh, sir. Well, it came upon us. So no, I can't say I have of you.
No, I have not. But I know they have the ability to travel through spaces. They're, as the scholars say, incorporeal.
Yeah.
So it does make pinning them down quite difficult.
Yeah. Normally I'd say, let's wait, prepare in the morning, but there's an issue with that I think you're aware of.
Yes,
We don't have time to prepare for an ideal scenario.
correct. So, beyond that is... I suppose if we did take the time to prepare, I could look into some more of my research. I'm sure there's magic to pin these creatures down, but none that I have immediately at my disposal. But with enough time, I could prepare something of the sort, I'm sure.
If we don't find
Ways
it
of-
tonight, that may be what we have to do. But I'd like to find it tonight.
Let's try to do that. Okay. So, Pascal in
Okay.
tow. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Why? Sorry, 1 second.
You can.
2. Oh, that doesn't do what I thought it does. Never mind. It's been a month.
We haven't looked at these character sheets in a while. I think we had like a month off before we looked at them the last time. We haven't been
Mhm.
playing much.
Okay, it does. Okay.
you got?
I have a scroll of clairvoyance.
Okay.
But fuck. Okay. Possession has a maximum 500-foot range.
Yes. You don't know the mechanics of the spell specifically, but you do know
I
it's
don't.
within that.
So what Cress is gonna do is, because it's within range, I don't have to see. It can be outside my line of sight. Cress is going to cast Clairvoyance in the room with Magnus, so that if Magnus gets possessed, Cress knows the perimeter, a 500-foot perimeter around that.
Okay. Cast your spell. So you're clairvoyancing into the room that Magnus is in?
Into the room that Magnus is in, so that if he does get possessed, we know that the nightmare is within 500 feet.
Okay. So while you're doing this, so the cast time, I'm looking at it here. So cast time's a minute, and then the duration is 10 minutes. It's got to concentrate, so I think you can still like walk around and do stuff, but we'll say like for that 10 minutes, you're watching that, right? So you're like peeking into that room, and we'll have like Finn and Pascal kind of guiding you, you know. I don't know if you guys are, do you want to like move around, or while you're doing that, Finn, what are you up to?
I mean, I think he's just following the lead. I don't think there's really much he's able to do at this point other than like follow instruction, and when he's able to, or like if tremor signs becomes useful, then he'll use it. But other than that, I think he's just head on a swivel, keeping an eye out for things, and being the party's eyes and ears while the dream-oriented folk hunt the nightmare.
Sure, sounds good. All right, we'll say
just for tremor sense, like once, like if the nightmare does possess Magnus, then you can immediately use that tremor sense, and and we can like sweep that 500 feet to like see if we can lock in on its location.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's, sorry, I'm just trying to see how long it lasts. Okay. Yeah, so I'll have to cast it multiple times.
Okay.
Which I can do.
Okay. Awesome.
I've got 5 casts of it.
Okay.
All right. You guys, this is an interesting approach. Finn, are you casting it, or are you kind of waiting to see if something pops?
I'm gonna cast it.
Or no,
okay.
wait until
we're waiting?
wait until we see possession happen, because then we have an area, right? We don't have an area that we know the creature is in. If it possesses Magnus, then we do, and then you can narrow down your tremor sense, which you can use 5 times. It has a range of 120 feet, and that radius is 500 feet, so we can like narrow down where the creature is and isn't.
So I'll wait till we have a sign. So I'm holding it for now.
Okay. Then I am gonna do this. You have your clairvoyance up, Cress. Give us a little bit of flavor. Like, I want to kind of imagine this scene as Finn is keeping an eye out for Cress while they're, casting this clairvoyance.
I think the only other time Cress has really used spell scrolls has been with Anatole, Pascal, or Lukavir. Like very specific instances. And I think that like it wouldn't be surprising to me if Cress learned to use them from Anatole and Pascal. So Cress kind of cracks the seal on the exterior of the scroll, unfurls it, looks kind of over the page at Pascal. I always forget it's right to left. And
Pascal can't help but like roll his eyes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And Cress runs their fingertips along the text of the scroll. And because spell scrolls can be used by the magically inclined and not inclined alike, I think that there's just this there's this sense of if you run your fingers along the text and pull it from the page, it will be the most effective. Like there's a methodology for it will work no matter what. It's a spell scroll.
Yeah.
But if you engage with the spellmaker's craft in the right way, you'll get the most out of it. So in a manner that Pascal has drilled into Cress's head along with Anatole, there is this out of character for Cress studiousness and roteness that takes over them as they drag their fingers across the text. And there is this dark smudge across their fingers when they're done, as all of the text of the scroll is wiped clean from the page and is now on their fingertips. And they press kind of like a baker making pulling dumpling tops together, and give it a little kiss, and an eyeball appears, incorporeal to everyone but Cress, and they blow it to that space.
Nice. The eyeball travels off, kind of drifting through the air, Cress, as it kind of catches your breath and kind of is buoyed by air currents and the like. And just as it hits the wall, because I believe it is an invisible floating eye, so just before it hits the wall, just as it gets to the edge of the range there, it just kind of disappears, becomes invisible. And Cress, takes about a minute, but for the next 10 minutes, you see through that eye in all directions, it looks like, from that point, as if you were using your normal visual senses.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So Cress is essentially...
Yeah, or in that storage room.
Yeah. So if anything happens there... Magnets look pretty tired, so I figured I'd cast it now rather than later.
As you cast it, you are witness, Cress, to the fact that Magnus is already asleep.
God bless him.
Magnus is already asleep, while Anatole is nodding off, and you'll see as he starts nodding off, Zin just kind of comes up and kind of nudges him with an elbow. All right, thank you. I'm fine. Anything happened yet? Nah, you're just sleeping. You too. Well, I guess, anybody brought cards or something?
All right, yeah. As long as Zin's keeping him awake, I think Cress is God damn it.
Yeah, Zin's staying pretty close by. Zin's watching. It's almost like Chimney's watching Magnus, and Zin is watching Anatole.
All right, good. I think our best bet is to stay, keep our perimeter with you two watching the space where it originally attacked. Maz in there. I'm not going to be much good perceiving right now outside of that room. But that's like a total of 5, because you said it's 500 feet away.
Yeah, it's within 500 feet. Yeah, you can be transported to that space without breaking your spell.
Cool beans.
So Finn, you guiding Cress, scooping Cress, I don't know. You guys make your way over down to there. You find yourself. Are you gonna go ahead with investigating the original scene of the crime?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, Finn. As Cress is watching Anatole struggle to stay awake, and Magnus comfortably not be awake, you make your way along with Pascal towards the original scene. And as you're going along, can't help but imagine what Cress said. No, you're still aware of everything happening outside as well. It's just your eyesight. Okay. No, Pascal's gonna leave Finn
David
alone.
was
He's
gonna
not
try
gonna-
and stir some
I
shit.
I was gonna stir some shit, but
No, do
Cress
it.
is here. No,
Oh
it's
yeah, I
okay.
guess fair enough.
It's okay.
Pascal wouldn't do it if Cress was there.
Pascal
That's so
wouldn't do it
funny
if
to
Cress.
me.
Yeah. So, in awkward silence, well, no, Cress is still there. You guys make your way down. Finn, at the scene of the crime, the body of Tony the Tigerfish has binn moved away. You see shattered glass, splintered wood, a TikTok spear still lodged in the ground where Pink Whiskey's face once was. Before you scooped him up and slammed him. Here you are. What do you do?
I think. Can I? What do I do here? Incredible question. I'm going to. Sorry, I'm looking over my sheet.
You good? You good?
I'm going to use my feat Battlefield Surveyor.
Ooh, I like the sound of this.
Whether taking stock of an enemy army or simply standing guard, you excel at observing your foes. Your proficiency rank for perception increases to master. In addition, you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to perception checks for initiative.
Well said. Well said.
Making you faster to react during combat. But that's only for initiative. Fuck.
That's okay. We can bend the rules for flavor.
Are you
I
sure?
like the way this. I like the way this kind of works because
I think my thought process, if this makes you, if this softens it even more, 'cause my idea was, I think a lot of this arc is Finn kind of reconnecting with what he's learned from home, and I think his grandmother taught him a lot of like the occultism that comes with like their people, and I imagine she had this sort of reverence for spirits. So I think what my intention was to have Finn sort of walk amongst this space, hand tracing the construction, the wall, the room, taking stock of it, and trying to find any remnants, any path that they can follow to try and find this thing.
Okay. Finn. That'll be a perception check. Or occultism. And I'll allow your skill bonuses from Battle Surveyor to apply to the occultism check because this is kind of a unique circumstance.
Perception is +15, and then occultism.
And we decide the rules.
It is going to be perception, just because that is one better. Hello, Francine.
Hello, Francine.
And so I'll get +2 to this.
Oh, well, you know.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
34.
34 is very good. And your rank is master for this.
And my
too.
rank is master, yeah.
Okay, that is excellent, Finn. So, Finn,
Yes.
yourself and Pascal guiding a Cress who is watching an entirely different space. Make your way down the halls. Finn, as you are walking down the halls, leading these two sea elves, you are immediately met with like kind of the flashback scenario. Finn is a smart guy. He's an intelligent man. And Finn, as you find yourself walking down the hall, you are recalling the last time we played, last session. Finn running down the hall, responding to the scream, right? You're seeing the traces of the battle kind of playing in reverse now as you are walking back up this space. You stand in the doorway, just at the threshold to the room where you found TikTok attacking Pink Whiskey. And you see the fight maybe play in reverse. You see the dent in the floor where you slam TikTok to the floor. You see a little bit of gripply residue on the roof where TikTok jumped up and was briefly stuck to the roof. You see the spear stabbed in the wood as your eyes kind of travel from space to space. And then standing here with a critical success, you'll replay the initial combat. You'll replay how TikTok awoke, moved, or didn't actually awaken, but TikTok rising out of the top bunk, which is really more of a hammock with a lot of like seaweed and stuff, dried seaweed and stuff nestled in. You see where you can imagine TikTok kind of getting out of it, moving towards where a pack and the weaponry is, and grabbing the spear. And as you retrace TikTok's steps towards the weaponry, you see what looks to be a pouch. You walk over to the pouch, and from the pouch, you can kind of using that spiritual energy that you're tracing here, right? These are otherworldly creatures. You're kind of attuned to this right now in this battlefield surveyor. And maybe, after your own brush with death and going to different worlds, I think Finn has traveled to more planes than anybody else in the campaign so far. Think about it. You went to hell. Finn.
Oh, yeah.
You see traces of the Misteel just sort of leaking out of TikTok's pouch. Do you investigate?
Yeah.
Okay. The pouch is kind of... Yeah?
I was going to say, I do call it out first.
Okay. Yeah. It's Pascal and Cress kind of in the doorway. Pascal's just watching and just kind of observing around the room. Cress, I believe you can verbally hear what's going on if you respond to in any way.
Misteel in a pouch. How? Pascal, does that make sense to you?
It does not. I'd recommend you approach with caution, Mr. Reese. Raw magic is, well, carefully trifled with. Finn, as you approach the pouch, you can see it's just kind of hanging like on one of the limbs of the hammock, right? It's just kind of dangling there in the air. So it's, for you, just at head height, right? For either of your companions, they would have to stretch up to get it, right? But as you open it up and you peer inside, you see a number of items. You see a few seashells. You see a few little balls of seaweed, some crab legs, the kind of things a gripply crab hunter might have, especially after traversing the Chul Caverns and the Black Reef. And then you see something that does catch your eye as being a fair bit more exotic. Wisteria petals. Finn, you might recall, TikTok found a path from Black Reef to here.
Yep.
Right? You're an intelligent man, and again, you got a critical success, so I'll give you that reminder. With your critical success, I'll also remind you of another event. Right? And as you kind of look in here, you can see, so you know, another thing that kind of stood out to you. Last session, Finn, one of the last checks you made that session was a perception check. And you notice Magnus pick up something shiny from under the bunks. As you kind of sit there putting it together, you think back now and you recognize that was likely a piece of dragon glass. The Histaeria petals being in the same room that you had found that stuff. TikTok having come from there. And as I leave you to piece that together, Cress, in your clairvoyance spell, as you observe the happenings of that chamber up at Bistro Daddy's Tavern, there is a knock on the door. Daddy leans his head in and goes, I'm sorry to bother you, but any chance I could, perhaps bother one of you to come help me out here? I got a big crowd and it's only just me now. I just need an extra pair of hands if you don't mind. Chimney looks over and goes, we got kind of an important job to do. I mean, obviously, the king. Well, I'm not saying the king has to come, just maybe one of you guys. Zin
Can I or sense motive on Bistro Daddy?
Yeah. I don't think he really. I'll just tell you. He just doesn't really know about like the whole plan. So he is. He's like, this is completely innocent on his part. He's just maybe looking to recruit an extra pair of hands.
No.
Kadrama. Zin goes, Anatole, give me 2 minutes, all right? Daddy been good to us since we've been here. All right, let me just give him just a quick hand, all right? Chimney, watch him for me now. And Zin steps up to go help Daddy. Chimney, hanging out, seeing Anatole starting to nod off Cress. This is all as Finn is kind of like, these events are happening simultaneously, right? As Finn is exploring the room. You see Anatole, he's kind of just looking at the cards in his hand. Chimney watching Magnus for a moment, and Anatole just kind of, the chin lands on the chest, and you can tell that he's going into sleep quite quickly.
Okay, hold on.
At this point, as that panic sets in, Cress, Chimney runs across the room, flapping the wings, going, hey, Anatole, get up. No, and like jumps on his chest, starts slapping him a little bit, right? And Anatole's like, I'm awake, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But Cress, I will have you give me a perception check.
God damn it! All right, fine. Okay. Jesus Christ, that's illegible. And I rolled a 5 on the die, but I have a plus 16 to 21.
21. You also have hero points, I think, if you want to keep a 5.
No, I don't. I really don't. I'll use a hero point. And Cress is very much paying attention. It makes sense.
Yeah. Cress is locked in.
Okay.
I think
15 plus 16, which is
31.
Math. 31.
31. Cress, you are looking through an invisible magical eye. It only makes sense that just on the occasion now, I mean, this is kind of constant. You see little, streaks of the Mysteel that is always present, right? You do see Magnus's body start to kind of be suffused in Mysteel. It is just oil slicks across his form. You can maybe, for a moment, you're not totally sure because maybe it's a flesh warp thing that his face is like warping like that, but no. As you look closer, you can see the telltale streaks. Maybe just a little bit of residual effects of that cat's eye elixir kind of combining with your clairvoyance, really catching it, and you can just about see this very long-fingered, sharp-taloned, almost incorporeal hand to those that can't see into the dream realm, like just kind of stretching out of his cloak. Cock it.
It's there! Cress yells out to everyone. We go! And I think I can... I don't actually know if I have to... I think I can drop clairvoyance.
I mean, yeah. You can freely drop any spell. Yeah.
I drop it. We go! Okay. Cress starts running.
Okay. Finn. as you are finishing as you're amidst your investigation, you hear Cress announce that. I'm curious though, Finn, any theories as to what's going on? No. That was a good answer. It's an option.
Cress doesn't know about the dragon glass, correct?
Cress does not know.
No.
Cress, you were zoned out.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cress is running.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Finn will grab Pascal and drag behind, and we'll communicate what he found.
Okay.
So
As you
as
guys are
they're running behind, just like, there's Histaeria and dragon glass, Cress.
What? Running.
My thoughts exactly.
Syrian dragon glass. What?
Okay.
Trying to make a portal back.
While you guys are running, roll a quick little dice. I want to see. It's about 500. Let's say we were within the 500 feet. I want to roll a dice just to see how many rounds I'm going to let this creature get before you guys show up.
I have a 35-foot movement speed, so I
know.
can move.
I'm not gonna. The math would just be way too hard to work out. So I'm just gonna It's not gonna be too crazy. I'll roll a d4, right?
Okay.
We'll roll a d4 minus 1, to get an idea of how many rounds this creature might get. So at most it'll get 3.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 2, so it's only gonna
Okay.
get 1 round before you guys show up.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. So, within that round, let me just take a quick peek at this stat block, see what it can do.
Like, what can I do? What can
I do with 1 round here? Okay. Okay, I know what I'm doing. You guys are like just bursting through the door to the tavern as you start to
through
hear
the window.
Magnus through the window. Okay, we're bursting through the window on this one. As you guys are like just booking it towards the building, just as you hit like the outside, you start to hear Magnus screaming. You hear Magnus. You hear a guttural scream coming. But you bust through the window. I'm assuming Finn's probably leading the charge on this. So let's get an athletics check from Finn. Cress, you can assist on this one, but Finn, you'll be leading our check. I imagine, Finn, you could probably do this in your sleep. Oh, wait. No, the nightmare's there. You don't want to do that.
No, the nightmare's there. Wouldn't in sleep. What am I for assistance? Am I also
I
doing
think acrobatics or
athletics?
athletics.
Cool. Is a +0 or a -1? Those are even worse than performance. 16.
16. That's all right. 16 is going to be just fine. This isn't a crazy check. And again, you're following a giant.
I am.
Yeah.
The lift pain.
Yeah. I think the DC for this was 15 anyway. So yeah, that's a +1 to you, Finn. I'm not sure you really.
That's a 33.
All right, Finn. Critical success. How do you want to bust through this window?
Oh man, I think he gosh. I mean, he's gonna do exactly what Cuthbert and Cress did when we were getting into the fractal. He's going to launch himself into the window. I think he's just gonna run, and he's gonna like hop over a rock and just kick off of it and like completely barrel roll into the window.
Barrel roll through the window.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. All right. So, this isn't a super large space. I'm going to say, Zin, I'm just going to put you out here. Anatole, I'm going to put you
I
over
squish
here.
Chimney.
No.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that. Okay. Okay, Finn. Can you guys control your tokens?
What a great
See if you
question.
see if you can move those around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this Pascal?
Arrow.
no,
That's Anatole.
Anatole.
We'll put you over here. So, Finn, You can put yourself anywhere
So yeah, here's the
north of
window.
that line. Yeah, so you can place yourself on any square north
Well-
of that line. I think you have to make your token a little. Can you resize your token? Or do
I
have to do that?
can't. Oh wait, no, I can't. I can spin them, but I can't make them big.
You spin my head right.
Jesus Christ!
There you go. Finn's a big lad. Okay. And then
He's
Crest,
a big
we got
boy.
you- We got you there. All right. Okay. The two of you. You jump through the window, the glass shatters, and you see as the chaos of the room kind of starts to settle in. You see Chimney and Anatole kind of in the corner looking at some cards, not having realized what was going on, because this thing isn't happening with a lot of volume until
Until
he
it is.
screams. Until Pascal, yeah, until like you said, until Magnus starts screaming. So you see as they kind of turn, they're turning suddenly, drawing weapons and preparing to react as you bust through the window, Finn. And looming over a Magnus who is clutching at his chest, you see the tall, gangly form of the Nightmare. Its right hand, just the nails down into the chest, and tendrils just kind of busting through bits of Magnus's chest cavity. As he screams. And let's do some initiative.
Ah!
Oh,
Leave him alone!
I'm going to. I will also tell you this.
Nat 20.
The Nightmare.
Love to roll that on something else, but
The Nightmare does look a bit bigger than the last time you guys saw it.
all right.
32 on initiative.
32 on initiative. Oh, I'm gonna just use Gron for Pascal right now. I think we'll keep the encounter to this room at the moment.
That's fair.
6-second intervals, right, per round?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not a lot of
How-
time.
Not a lot.
It's not a lot of time.
Not a lot.
Ooh. Wits in the initiative. Oh, no.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh no,
Sorry.
no.
Looks like Taruk's also in this initiative. All right, Adam,
Taruk.
come on out, buddy.
Get on
Adam.
in here, buddy.
All right, Adam, come on in. I wish.
Adam.
Okay, Finn, that was 32, you say?
A 32, I do say.
Chris.
I rolled a nat
What?
20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I should mention, you guys don't have to necessarily use perception for your initiative here. You can use those acrobatics and athletics checks that you used to bust into the window.
I shan't. It's a nat 20, and then I have a plus 16, so 36.
36.
I will use my athletics just to make it a 33.
You got it.
Bink.
Okay.
36 counted it themselves.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, princess. Sorry.
Well, the dream's not gonna beat you. It's got.
I'm going to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
Anatole.
I'm gonna slap this raggedy old bitch around.
Chimney got a 42.
Whoa.
Aw.
Jimmy's goaded.
40 goaded.
Magnus, I'm just gonna give you a 10.
There
you go.
Magnus,
That's a
you
spread.
get you got a 10.
You're just gonna get a 10.
He's he's having a hard time.
He's got a hand in his chest. Okay. Press. Finn busts the window and clears the way. You jump in after him, and as you clear the gap and you're now in the room, you look over and you see the Nightmare. You see it in its, like, again, tall, gangly form. It's like taking up, most of that room, and you can just see Magnus at the bottom, the hand thrust into his chest as he's grabbing its wrist, and he's just howling and snarling at it.
Get off of him. Cress is going to Hands at the distance. La 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 la. Perfect. Or measure from me. 5. Is that okay? Press is going to. Does the nightmare look hurt at all?
No,
No. Okay.
not at all.
Not at all. We're gonna fix that.
Not at all.
First things first, though. How close to death from this action does Magnus look?
Magnus, let's see.
How damaged is this move making him roughly?
Let's see. What's your rank in medicine?
Good. It is master.
Master.
Good.
He's not bloodied. He's like a quarter of his health is gone. But he does, you can tell, like, just with your master rank, he is fatigued and stupefied 1.
Okay. Cress is going to. I think I have to move. First things first, move close enough. Cress is going to get here. And then with 2 actions, Cress is going to cast Heal. The 2-action one so that it can be from a distance, because I need that to be the case.
You don't want to get right up next to the... You don't want to get right up next to the nightmare?
Well, I'm gonna let some people throw that guy around before I get closer to it.
Fair enough.
What level are we casting this at? What level are we prepped at? He's not bloodied, but he's close, and he's a pretty good guy. We're gonna start with a 2nd level heal. Let's cast heals. Oh, and it increases by 8. Excellent. Okay. Okay. So 8.
Awesome.
5, 13 plus 8.
13 plus 8.
21.
21.
And then it's been a minute.
21
Let me
heal.
see if Godless Healing. No. Okay. So 21.
Okay. Not quite back to full, but very close.
Very close.
Very close. He is very much out of the woods of becoming bloodied. Like you can
Out
see
of
as
becoming-
as your healing magic takes hold, you can see this flesh begins to restitch itself, or in Magnus's case, like kind of ripple itself back together. And it's breaking off some of those tentacles that are like protruding out of his body.
So it's. Let me make sure I have the description. There are tentacles coming off of the nightmare, and its talons are. It was like talons into his chest.
Yeah. And then it's just a few more like tentacly looking things just coming out out of his chest, like around. You know, like Princess Mononoke when Ashitaka will get like those like wormy things kind of coming off of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. It's like those things kind of like busting through his flesh. You can see Magnus like terrified. Cress, with your passive, not with your passive, but with like previous checks on like, researching the nightmare as you guys were hunting it down, you know that those things that are coming off, those aren't real. Those are like a manifestation almost of Magnus's nightmare, meant to terrify him even more.
I'm not gonna let it hurt you. I used all of my actions.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah.
Okay. The heal spell takes, again, Magnus is feeling a lot better than he was. As your magic goes through, you can see that Magnus's face goes from kind of that, like, Magnus is when Magnus is met with a threat, like in fight or flight kicks in. Even though he's scared, he is all fight.
He's all
So
fight,
while
yeah.
he's all fight. So while he's like grabbing at that thing's arm, you can tell that he's terrified. And as your magic takes hold and his flesh starts to knit back together, and the tentacles kind of start to like shed off of him, he like looks over to you, sees you, hears your statement, grits his teeth, and like pushes back even harder against the thing's arm. And you can see like trying to pull it out of his chest. Okay.
Fuck.
Finn,
Okay.
you're up, bud.
Okay. I am going to use 2 actions to slam down.
Okay.
So make an attack. I'm gonna make the attack, and I don't have to move. It's within my range.
It is within your range.
With my
Just want to make sure. You're measuring from your token, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like right here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. 15.
Still
Yeah,
within
15
range.
foot is your range. Damn.
Okay. That is Jesus. I don't know what the math is on that.
What was the roll? Or...
It is 34 to hit.
Okay. So, Finn,
Yep.
you're trying to grab this creature with your hands?
No, so this I make an attack to knock a foe off balance, then follow up immediately with a sweep to topple them. Make a melee strike, which I'm doing with my axe.
Okay.
And I can then attempt, if the attack hits, I can attempt an athletics check to trip it.
Your axe. Can you just give me a quick reminder of what runes you have on your axe?
A phenomenal question, David. Hold on.
Because this thing is incorporeal. So
It
I
is
got some
magical.
rules.
My axe is innately magical from when I got it.
Yeah, no, innately magical doesn't. It's a bit different in Pathfinder.
Sure. I have. Where the fuck is it? God, there it is. Okay. I have. Sorry, I'm trying to find where I put
good.
my runes.
You good? You good?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, we haven't played this in a minute.
I have warding rune and living rune.
Warding and living rune. Okay. Okay. Finn.
Or sorry, the living rune is not on it, but the warding rune is.
The warding rune is. Okay. Okay. Finn, as you go to swipe with your axe,
Mhm.
it is going to pass through its body.
Okay. Okay, so I don't get the trip, I assume.
Trip.
Okay. I will then.
Just tell you above table verbiage. Incorporeal creatures have immunity to effects or conditions that require a physical body. So
That's fine.
They're pretty nasty.
I will use my last action then to gravitational pull.
Okay.
It's within 30 feet. It targets one creature. I need it to make a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude saving throw. That's not too great. That is going to be 23.
That is a failure. My DC is 24.
Ooh.
So
Nightmare.
this guy is pulled 10 feet closer to me. It's not a critical failure, so it's not knocked prone, but it is pulled away from Magnus.
Okay. It is pulled away from Magnus. I'll pull it I'm gonna. Oh, so I was gonna try to do one more block over, but it would require an additional 5 feet. So it is gonna be right here.
That's
Right.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
As long as it's
Yeah.
not inside of Magnus, I'm good.
Yeah. You swing through with the axe, Finn, and as you do, you can just you feel expecting resistance. It never comes. Right, the axe just appears through it.
Yeah.
And I guess you realize time to change tactics. So give us the
I think
flavor.
I think he lets the natural momentum of the axe kind of like swing it as it grinds into the stone on the ground, as he lets the hand on the bottom of it go and just pulls in.
Nice. As you do so, Finn, the magic reaches out, takes hold of the nightmare, and just pulls it away from Magnus. And sure enough, the grip is loosened.
Sweet.
Right, and it turns towards you, yourself and Cress, and it kind of pulls its claws up above it, and it kind of looms to its full height. Its hair, its crazy ass hair, just kind of going wild around, just kind of covering the room so that you almost can't see your companions behind it, right? As it's got this wicked smile on its face as it looks down upon the two of you. I think that right there is where we're going to call it for today.
Ah!
I think that right there is where we're going to call our session.
Ooh, I hate
Come back,
it.
we're going to go into... It'll be its turn when we come back.
Sick. Love that for us. Can't wait.
Oh, good job, guys. Nicely done. Well played.
We saw it.
Yeah.
And we know what
We
it
did.
wants. All right.
Okay. Friends, anything you'd like to just let folks know about before we head off for the evening?
Tomorrow, Known Realms to Lush is back on Tales Archive.
We return. We're going to have an interesting dinner with the Queen of the Winter
reveal the
Court.
plot.
I
Ooh,
revealed
yum,
the
yum.
plot.
I'm in danger.
Mm,
Me.
Spooky
your
things
boy.
are going to happen.
You're the Simpsons meme.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
But in addition to KRT coming back on Sunday, Pirates of the Dual Seas returns this coming Thursday.
What?
So we're so
Hell
back.
yeah.
We're so back.
We're so back. What? Okay.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Be sure to catch us when we're on next. I'm assuming it's gonna be next week, but I mean, with our who the fuck knows? We'll see what happens. Hey, otherwise, I can hear Hannah laughing downstairs.
Sick cackle.
What is a schedule?
It is a
We'll see you
schedule.
guys around. This has been Unearthed Inheritance, and we'll catch you in the next one. Have a good weekend. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Shh.